This is the fabric I'm using. This sequence and the lining and the fringe. Now, for me to know the measurement of for me to fold the material, I consider the largest part of my body, which is bust, and the bust here is 35. So you divide your 35 into 4. That is 8.5 So I will now add 5 inches to it. It's going to give me 13.5 So that's the method I'm going to use to fold my fabric here. Now after that, I'm working with off shoulder, so I will draw 5.5 up here. Then I mark my nipple point, which is 10, and under bust is 13.5. I'll mark it, and the normal blouse length is 18 plus 1.5 seam allowance. Then after that, I will connect that line. So I can even label it. So this is the breast point, and this is the under bust, and this is normal waist. So after this, I will now consider the nipple to nipple, the breast span. So I will fold my fabric into two like this. The nipple to nipple here that I'm working is 7.5 plus ½ inch, that is 8. Then 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I mark out the 4 here. This is 4. So, and this is I want to remark the line. This is on the bust, and this is the waist measurement. Now I will come in by 1 inch here from this on the bust here, and from this side here also I will come in by 1 inch, and this breast point here I will now connect from this side here. So after this, the next mark the nipple, which is breast span, which is 4. So I mark my 4 here, and I mark 3 inch here, and also upper part here 3 inch. So I now connect it like this. So I will now connect it to this side here. So for me to get the neck now, it's V-neck, I will drop that 5.5 up here, cut it off shoulder. Then I will now mark 8 here. So I now cut it. I mark it like this. Now I'm going to cut. I'll cut out the neck. So to get the armhole, I will drop that 5.5 out here again. So my armhole divided by 6 plus 1.5. So I'm going to get 7.5 here. So I mark it. So from here now, I will connect this line. So when I now place it to the front side here, I'll be taking my measurements. for the bust is 35. 35 divided by 4, that is 8.5 and quarter. 8.5 and quarter. Then I will replace that 1 inch from my I remove from this side, so I will replace it. One in the other, one other side and one other side, that is 2 plus sewing allowance, this is 4. I will connect it like this. For the waist, 34 divided by 4, that is 8.5. Then the 2 inch that I remove from this side, I will replace it back, and another 2 inch for the seam allowance, which is 2. I will not connect it like this. I'm going to use this thread now. I'm going to use this thread now to cut out the back. What I'm going to do for the back here, I will just fold the fabric like this. Then I will now leave 1.5 inch for the zip allowance. Then I place the front to the back here. This is the fast method, so I place it here like this. The only thing in the back is that it's not going to have all this bustier method. What I'm going to do is just to leave my 4 inch darts, the 4 inch darts at the back here. Then I will come in by 1/2 inch here, and also 1/2 inch in the other side. So I will come out like that. Then I will now, so by the time I want to sew this one, I will just hold that side like this. I will just hold that side like that. Then for the neck of the back, it's also going to be V neck also, because according to the style you can see. So I want it to be V neck also. So I will just make it to be in form of V neck like this. After that, I will shape the armor also. Let's shape the armor like this. So I'll now shape the side, the back side, like this. And this is it. This is the front. This is the side front. This is the side front, as you can see now. So I'll use this one now to cut out the lining and the body. So I just cut my lining and use it to turn the front here. So let me cut out the lining. After the upper part, now I want to work with the downside, the skirt line. So the full gown is 60 and the half length is 18. So I'll take my tape to this side. This 18. Then for joining, I will leave ½ inch here for the joining. Then this one will now be 60 down. Then with 1 inch sewing allowance for downside. Now after that, I will now move to the hip measurement. From the waist to the hip measurement is 9 inch. Then I'll come down with 24 here for the knee length. So I will now underline it because I want the downside to be in form of fish or like A shape. So I mark the hip line and the waistline here. Now I will not be taking my horizontal. I folded this thing into 4 because I want to cut both back and front together. So this is the stiff side here for the back and this is the front side. So I folded into 4 so that I will cut both together. Now I'll be taking my measurement horizontally now. For the waist measurement is 34. 34 divided by 4 is 8.5. Then I will now put 2 inches for seam allowance. After that, I'll move to the hip side here. The hip measurement is 45. 45, the quarter of 45, that is 45 divided by 4 is 11.5. So this 11.5. Then I will now put 2 inches also for the seam allowance. So I connect it to the waistline. Connect it. So I'll move back to the knee line here. From the hip line, I will remove just 4 inches. So to make it to be cuff. And I connect it. So I will now come out here. For the downside here, my hip measurement, I can do any how I want it to be wide. I can add like 8 inches to the hip measurement. So depending on how you want it to wide. So from the knee length here, I just connect the line downward like this. Let me use my I think this hand is not my hand is not like that. I think it's like this. Like that. So now I'll be cutting it. So now that I've cut it out, I will notch the center front here, and I'll also notch the center back for the zip allowance there. Then the nipple to nipple that I measure for the upper part, which is 8 divided by 2, that is 4. I'll mark it here because I'm going to place that in that side. Also, so I have to notch it like that. Then I now cut my lining to the front and to the back. So now that I've turned the upper part now, and I've turned the downside, now I'll be taking the measurements now. So the bust measurement is 35 divided by 2, that is 17.5. So I'll be checking it, marking it with check like this, 17.5. And the waist is 34 divided by 2, that is 17. So then I move to the hip side. The hip is 45 divided by 2, that is 22.5. 45, 22.5. So I move from the, come down from the waist, this 22.5, come down like this. So when I get to the knee side, the hip measurement minus 4, that is 45 minus 4, that is 41. 21 divided by 2, that is 20.5. So I'll curve it a little bit here, 20.5. Then here I will now shape it down like this. Twenty and a half. So I'll come down. I'll now shape it down like this. Down. And also like this. Come down like that. So after this, I will now cut the sleeve. Now, so I fold the fabric into 2 like this. So I will now measure the, I take out 5 now from this side here. So I will add 5 inch to it. I will add ½ inch, so making 6. So I mark out 6 inch in this place, half for the joining part. Then I'll mark out 4 here, and I mark out 3 this side here, and now connect it like this. This for the 2 hands now. So this is the slit for the two hand. I will just join this side like this. I will take it to the negative side here. I will join it, then I will now turn it to the right side. I will just place the hand to the hooks like this. I will place the hand like this. So after that, after joining that, I will now move back to the gown because I want to add slit to the front side here. So what I'm going to do here, I will just drop my 5.5. So you measure from that person's body where you want your slit to stop. Actually in this one I mark out like 36. So some marking 34, so depending, but here is 36. So that's where I'm going to stop my slit around this side. But before that, I will calculate the center part from the down side here. This is the center. So I already notched that center here. So this is the center. Then the next thing to do from this center here, I will measure the remaining length. Which is 16 divided by 2 is going to give me 8. So I will also notch that side too. So from this side here, this 36 here, I will just slit it to this marking side here. Okay, I use my sharp to do it first like this. Before I will now cut it out. So I make sure that I hold only the front, so not the back. Only hold that front side, cutting it to where I want it to stop. So this is it. So I'm now going to stitch it all around like this. This is the fringe and this is the slit here. This is the slit. So this is the final look. So don't forget to subscribe.